Author's note. My diagnosis and surgery for pancreatic cancer was at the beginning of 2020. Chemo and the basics kept me busy through most of that year. Chemo is over, recovery ongoing. The beginnings of this journal came from two directions. 1. As part of the recovery process, I started walking, and short poems on what I was observing began to take shape in my head. 2. As I recovered, I began feeling a need to take up drawing again after over 30 years of digital image making. I felt the need for the touch and feel of traditional materials. Pencil on paper. Making a mark seemed to prove something a digital file couldn't. So, 1 and 1 equals 2, and this is the end result. I wasn't going to make any cancer-related artwork, but cancer can be all-consuming. The result being this journal of illustrations and writings, observations of the changing seasons, through the lens of climate change, the effects of surgery and coping with the many psychological and physical aspects of cancer survival. The journal covers observations from the late fall of 2021 through the late fall of 2022, and illustrations suggested by the writings. All illustrations and writings are original. Some of the illustrations are influenced by other works of art. I have noted the source materials where possible. Thanks for taking a look. '69. Looking for Adrienne Rich. Vermont, Autumn 2022. I remember. The cover, it was a dated design. This half-remembered book. A blurry reflection in my mind's eye. I contemplate on the difference between thinking and remembering. Are thoughts forged by buried forgotten memories? And memories, were they burned in deeper, hotter fires? Our passions, the fuel of our memories, twice burned then, like barbecue briquettes. Sipping coffee, my mind rambles about, unfocused, shuffling on a pair of fuzzy worn slippers, pleasantly abstracted, in autumn's morning light. I distinctly remember this cover, as a rubylith color. Of course, when finally found, it is an olive green tone, used for the ocean photo, referencing her famous poem, Diving into the Wreck. The poem title, prominently placed on the anthology cover. Like the tide pulled out from shore, just before the tsunami wave hits, my memory's vision sees the cover as the exact opposite hue, like a retinal after image. A complementary color, which confuses me. When is opposition a complement? Remember, when I posed this conundrum to my students, attempting to explain the difference between reflective and additive light, about particle packets, and quantum physics. The cover is an inexpensive, two-color printing. Did they mix, the printer, mix yellow on the black? It is that muddy green, and the book has no other color, except those seen, in mind's recollection. '70. Untitled. Cold, blue rain arrives, as falling leaves blur autumn. Umbrellas open. '71. From the northern heavens. First frost 0 C. Crickets, slow drone to silence. Full moon rabbits, leap. '72. Untitled. I am fine. I float about, more observer now than participant. Which bothers some. Those that claim to praise the quiet, but fear it like death. '73. Autumn colors. Old tricks colored leaves. Grass edges with frosted flakes. Morning fog, earth's sigh. '74. Ukrainian doom scroll. Brutal and bluish, winter wet season arrives, looking for dead men's yellow boots. 75. Untitled. Leaf-dappled pond. Turtles taking to the mud. Geese arrive. Autumn. 76. Foxtrot. Autumn trees and fallen leaves glow gently, the warm hues bouncing in dusty light. Birch tree leaves begin to float up from the dim asphalt with day's darkening. A physical change, the sun drops and sculptural shapes transform into their quieter realities between the gimmicks of sunlit indigo shadows and the slipping inhibition of night. Into this gathering dusk the fox trots as we dance the medieval dance. Autumnal dreams shift with stretching shadows into winter's reality. The Arctic fox, trading black fur for white, listens to our footfalls beneath drifted snow. Then, the leaping, high-arc pounce. '78. Chicory blue. The celestial blue chicory flowers among the roadside weeds, some faded to a tinted gray, some hint at purple, some, after the first hard frost, a vibrant cobalt blue. Imported cash crop, chicory farm fields, once held blooming flower seas of the sky. This morning, they are scattered, joyful blue dabs, set free along the path. '79. Moon Day. Gliding among chemtrails and the daylight moon. Buzzards circling. 80. Untitled. Fog, like a soft sumi wash over past peak trees, brings the true heart of autumn. Black trunks and heavy branches emerge, contrasting boldly, with a last pointillist painted sprinkle of maple leaves hanging on. 81. Thinking on winter. We lemmings dance beneath the deep blanket of snow, feeling safe, protected in our tunnel tubes. Did you sense a shift in the darkness today, as the sun brushed the horizon? Was there a softness in that kiss? '82. Fall out. Blown leaves, down and across. Crossword clues for whoever's blown fuse. Changed some world today. Fatigue has its own way of getting at the point. A fogged land, self-contained, in semi-focused half-lit beauty, hoarding energy to enjoy later, its language and recollection. In a space, slow to arrive today.